All right, let's get into the meat of today. So, if you are someone who is surprised by the idea that America would go into Gaza and remove 2 million Palestinians that have lived there probably their whole lives, just so that we could build like fancy golf courses and mini marts, I just want to remind you of some of our history. So, we're going to look at three stories today. Now, first off, I just also want to give the reminder that this is not a secret. Our country was founded by colonizers. And another not so secret is that the big thing that colonizers do is go to a land that is not theirs, kick everybody out of it, and decide it's mine now. It's also not a secret that most of these colonizers are people who look like me. And oftentimes the people who they are displacing don't look like me. So let's dig into these three stories of American history. This also happens to be Black American history, which is very appropriate for Black History Month. And this is the quick reminder that we don't just talk about Black history during Black History Month, but given the political climate, I feel like it's worth calling out. So we're going to start in Lennontown. Lennontown, an all-Black neighborhood in Athens, Georgia, fell victim to the Housing Act of 1949, a decades-long federal urban renewal program that the government funded to raise, as in destroy, blighted, as in places they felt were bad, neighborhoods, and build public housing or private commercial properties in their place. The city of Athens used eminent domain to force 50 Black families out of Lennontown to build the University of Georgia. The residents were paid below market rates for their properties, and many were unable to find comparable housing elsewhere in Athens due to racial discrimination. Next, we'll turn to Seneca Village. As someone who grew up in New York, this story was quite a shocker for me. So, Seneca Village was founded in 1825 by free Black Americans. The village included well-built homes, gardens, a school, 3 churches, and a thriving community. It was one of New York City's first Black communities of property owners, giving residents the right to vote. Very important there. In 1857, the city used eminent domain to evict all 225 residents to build Central Park, destroying all original structures. And lastly, we're going to visit Tulsa, Oklahoma. This is one that some of you may have actually learned about. Me going to school back in the 80s, we still didn't learn about any of these. But the Tulsa Race Massacre, which occurred from May 31st to June 1st in 1921, was a violent attack by white mobs on the prosperous Black community of Greenwood in Tulsa, Oklahoma, resulting in the destruction of homes and businesses and the deaths of an estimated 100 to 300 Black residents. This event is considered one of the worst incidents of racial violence in American history. More than 800 people were admitted to hospitals, and as many as 6,000 Black residents of Tulsa were interned in large facilities, many of them for several days. About 10,000 Black people were left homeless, and the cost of the property damage amounted to more than $1.5 million in real estate and $750,000 in personal property. So the equivalent in these days, that would be $38.43 million in real estate in 2023. The massacre was largely omitted from local, state, and national histories for years. Now, I'm not telling you all these stories to make you sad or make you feel guilty, but I'm telling you them because they are part of our history. And if we understand our history, we tend to not make the same mistakes in the future. This is why after World War II, Germany got really real with their history. They made museums for the Holocaust. They made sure that children in schools were learning about the atrocities done by their leaders in their country during World War II. A lot of us are talking about how the timeline right now is really mirroring the 1930s and 1940s Germany. And a lot of us are not well educated in American history. And with the proposed gutting of the Department of Education and the proposed gutting of just the way we teach in general, based directly on the writings of Project 2025, we are looking at more erasures of these important histories in our country. So there's your history lesson for today. I hope you enjoyed. Please share some comments, please like, and please subscribe. See you soon.